morning, children. We are working on goods and services text on the chapter goods and services text. We had completed 2 sessions, the introductory sessions, and 1 session we spent on problem solving, that is computation of text. So few problems already we had solved here in the blackboard, and I had given one problem as homework, that is question number 10 I had given to you. I hope you have done that. I assume that you have done it, and with that assumption I will move it to question number 11. So more 3 problems are there where we will learn how to compute the tax, or when the tax is given we will learn how to compute the cost price, that is reverse problems. And after these 3 problems we will move to some other type of problem, that is problems involving discounts, rebates, such kind of problems. So let us read the question. Let us read the question. A shopkeeper buys a watch for rupees 800. He increases the price of the watch and sells it for rupees 1125, including sales tax at 12.5% on the increased price. By what percent does the shopkeeper increase the price of the watch? So I am not going to write the statements directly. I am drawing some models and trying to understand the problems. So see, I will draw the problems, I will draw the models this way. I will say this was the cost price. Cost price was how much, children? Cost price was rupees 800. Cost price was rupees 800. Then what he did, he increases the price of the watch. He increases the price of the watch plus some increase is here, plus there is some increase here, increase. This is some increase here, and when you add this, this plus this will give the new price. This will give the new price, or you say increased price. This is the new price, or you can say increased price. Cost price plus some increase, and that gave the increased price. And with increased price, again what he did, he added the tax here. He added the tax at what is given here, children? Tax at 12.5%. 12.5%. Tax is calculated at 12.5%, and then the final answer is coming here. The final answer is coming here how much? The final answer is 1125. 1125. 1125. See, this is nothing but an equation. This is nothing but an equation. It is given in the form of words. At 800 rupees he purchased, then he increased the price, then he got the new price. He got the new price, and on new price he calculated tax at 12.5%. So new price plus tax equal to 1125. Then what is the new price? And if you know the new price, what is the increase you can calculate. So this is called a reverse problem. This is called reverse problem. So if you want, you can apply the algebra here. Knowledge of algebra. If you want, you can use the knowledge of algebra, or you can also use the knowledge of unitary method. If you want, you can use the knowledge of unitary method. See, whichever method you want, you can follow. This part I will ignore, and I will say suppose new price is x, new price is x, and this will become 12.5% of x, 12.5% of x. So I will get, see I am doing here method 1, whichever is convenient or easy for you, you can follow that. If you want, you can do that. By seeing the model, I am writing x plus 12.5% of x equals 1125. Then here I got x plus 12.5 divided by 100 into x equals 1125. That implies 100 into x, 100x plus 12.5, 112.5x by 100 equals 1125. That implies x equal to 1125 into 112.5 into 100 divided by 1125 into 100 divided by 112.5. So our answer will come how much? Our answer will come 1000. So this increased price is 1000 by this method. In case you don't like to do in the algebra method, you can do in another method, that is unitary method. Method 2. So new price plus tax. I am writing here, this is 100%, that means 100%, and this is again 12.5%. So directly I can write 112.5% of new price. I am not writing in words. 112.5% each or gives 1125. Then 1% will give how much? 1% will give how much? 1125 divided by 112.5. Then 100% will give how much? 100% is 1125 into 100 divided by 112.5. Again we can see answer is 1000. So whichever method you do, both the methods are same. Here tax is to be added. That is why this 112.5% is equal to 1125. 1% how much? 100% how much? So whichever method you are comfortable, you can do that. And now I will write here our new price. I will fill this place. 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees. So one variable is already obtained. We got now this, you see, class 1 mathematics. 800 plus how much equal to 1000? 800 plus how much equal to 1000? So by seeing the model, we can write increase equal to surely 1000 minus 800, that is rupees 200. And question is saying what percent does the shopkeeper increase? Percentage of increase. So increase percent equal to increase, that is 200 by original price, because he increased this cost price. So increase percentage to be calculated on the original, that is cost price, into 100. So we got here how much? 2 4 or 25% increase. This is the answer. So percentage of increase is 25%. So this is the solution for question number 11. Then we can move to the solution for question number 12. Solution for question number 12. Question number 12 says, the price of a cooler inclusive of sales tax at 5% is 2709. Find how much more or less does the customer has to pay for it if the sales tax on it increases by 2%. Make the model here, and you write here price, and plus tax at how much? Tax at 5% equals how much? 2709 equals 2709. Our model is ready. So price plus tax at 5% equal to 2709. So if you want, you can go for X method. If you want, you can go for unitary method. If you take X method here X, and here 5x by 100. 5x by 100. So x plus 5x by 100, that is 105x by 100 equals 2709. That implies x equal to 2709 into 100 divided by 105. So we can get the value of x, 2709 into 100 divided by 105, 2580. So this is the price of the cooler. This is the price of the cooler. Now fast beat. Now we will do the fast beat. If the sales tax increases by 2%, see here two words are very important. By 2%, and second bit it is asking increases to 2%, 8%, to 8%, again 2%. So these words by and to very important. So our sales tax was 5%. So increases by 2% means how much more he has to pay? He has to pay 2% of 2580 extra. This much more he has to pay. How much percent extra? That much more. So 2% of 2580. So here we will write to pay more. To be paid more. To be paid more. To be paid more equals 2% of 2580. 2%. That equals 51.60. 51.60 rupees is to be paid more. Then second bit it is asking increases to to 8%. Increases to 8%. It was 5%. It increases to 8%. So increased percent, it increased by how much? It increased by how much? Increased percent equal to 8% minus 5%, that is 3%. Increases to 8% means increases by 3%. Increases to 8% means increases to 8% means increases by 3%. So to be paid more. To be paid more. How much to be paid more? 3% of 2580. So 2580 into 3%, 77.40 rupees is to be paid more. Then third bit is saying it decreases to 2%. It decreases to 2%. So here you see, I will draw the model here. It was 5% and it decreases to 2%. Means it became 2%. So decreases by how much percent then? Decreases to 2%, then decreases by how much percent? Then decreased percent equal to 5% minus 2%, that is 3%. So to be paid less equals 3% of 2580, that is again 77.40 each. To be paid less 77.40 rupees. So this is the solution for question number 12. Then we have the last question number 13 of this exercise. Question number 13 of this exercise. Then we will move to the next type of problems involving the overheads, discounts, rebates, etc. So we will finish up the 13 number question soon. Let us read the question, children. A trader purchases an article for rupees 804.60 including sales tax at 8%. So here price is how much we don't know. But including tax at how much percent? Including tax at 8%. Tax at 8% will give how much? Look at the question. 804.60. And then this is the cost price. Then he sells the article for 917.84 including sales tax at 12%. Then here I will again draw a model, that is sale price or selling price, whatever you say. Selling price, it's better to say selling price, or simply you can write SP then plus tax, SP plus tax at 12% equals how much? 917.84. And now these are nothing but two equations. So here either you can go for algebra method or you can go for tax. And here I did not write percentage, children. This is actually 8%. So either you can go for algebra method or you can go for the unitary method, or you can go for unitary method. So here if I take x, then here I have to write 8x by 100, and here if I write y, then here 12y by 100. So here I will get one equation, x plus 8x by 100 equals 804. This is 804. This is not 80.4.60. 804.60. 804.60. So 8x, 100x plus 8x, 108x by 100 equals 804.60. That implies x equals 804.60 into 100 divided by 108. Then we can get the value of x. So 804.60 into 100 divided by 108. Answer is 745 rupees. Then we will move to the second model, and second model can give us the selling price. We have to frame one equation by using the second model, and the second model will give us the value of selling price. Frame the equation from the second model. Y plus 12y by 100 equals 917.84. That implies 112y divided by 100, 917.84. That implies y equals 917.84 into 100 divided by 112. 917.84 into 100 divided by 112. That will give 819.5. 819.5. Again we will check the second one. 917.84 into 100 divided by 112. Answer is 819.50. Then now question is asking, calculate the profit made by the trader. Profit equal to SP minus CP. As you know, profit equal to SP 819.50 minus CP 745, and result is how much, children? Minus 745, 74.5. Then profit percent equal to profit 74.5 by CP 745 into 100, that is 10%. So profit is 10%. So our exercise is over. Then we can move to next exercise, where we will be dealing with problems involving discounts, overheads, rebates, and many such things. I will change the question paper now, and then we will start working on it. I will change the question paper. I will reverse it, so that we will have the question, because the theoretical parts are already discussed by us. Directly we will move to problem solving parts. We will solve the problems. So our question paper is ready, children. We will start doing the work now. Question number 1. The list price, that is the mark price. List price means mark price of an article is rupees 1200. If it is sold at a discount of 20% and sales tax is charged at 8%, find the amount customer has to pay. So what I need to do is, I have to understand the problem by drawing a model. I will understand the problem by drawing a model. Mark price was this much. I will say mark price was this much. How much, children? Mark price was 1200. This is called modeling the problem. Modeling technique. It is very easy to understand the problem if you go for modeling technique. MP is 1200 and from here something you have to subtract. Minus I put here. Minus I have put here. Minus discount. Minus discount. Discount at what, children? 20%. Discount at 20%. 20% discount is given. Then what happened? We will get sales tax is charged at 8%. This will give us equal to selling price. Equal to selling price. We got the selling price, and then on the selling price, what is done? On the selling price, this is the selling price. On the selling price, tax is charged. On the selling price, tax is charged. Tax at 8%. 8%, and this will give us the final price. Or you say, we had learned one term, invoice price. Remember, invoice price. Selling price plus tax. Selling price plus tax. So tax is calculated on selling price, discount is calculated on mark price, and this SP will come here. This is that same SP. So we have to do it in 2 steps. We have to solve the problem in 2 steps. This is already given to us. So I can calculate here discount equal to, I am seeing the model and writing. That is why I am not writing the statement here. Discount equal to 20% of 1200. That is 20 by 100 into 1200. 0 cancelled. 12 into 2, 24. So 240 rupees is the discount. 240 rupees is the discount. So I wrote it in the relevant box. I wrote this 240 in the relevant box. Now I have to find this. So I will write here, children, SP equals 1200. That is mark price minus 240. That implies how much we will get? 1200 minus 200, 1000 minus 40, 960 rupees. So SP is 960 rupees. I will fill the relevant place here, and this will automatically flow here, because you see there is a link between these two. So this value will automatically flow here, and I will write 960 here. 960 here, and here I have to calculate now tax. Tax at 8%. So here tax at 8%. Tax at 8% equals how much, children? Tax at 8% equal to 8 by 100. 8 by 100 into 960. 960. That will give how much? 960 into 8%, 76.8, 76.8, 0 I wrote because it is rupees and paise. Then final price that is including tax, because here I got 76.80. My final price will come 960 plus 76.80. Answer is coming 1036.80. So this is the answer. In case you want to do this, you can also show it in a tabular format. How to show? Just you see here. How to show? You see here. Particulars, and here I wrote amount. So here what I will do, I will write marked price. Was given here rupees 1200. Then what I did, less I subtracted discount. So I wrote here less discount at what percent, children? Discount we calculated at, check here, discount calculated at 20%. This is to be subtracted. So I am writing here 20% of 1200, and I got here 240 rupees. And whatever came here whatever came 960 rupees, and this is here I will write this is SP. I will write this one is SP. Mark price is 1200 less discount at 20%. Discount when I subtracted I got SP. Then what I will do here, add tax at 8%. So I will write here 8% of 960, and my answer came 76.80. Then here we can write the final price. Here. Final price you can write here 1036.80. So here this way we can also represent our solution in a tabular format. This is the best way to represent a solution. Remember, when you are working on commercial mathematics, the best way to represent a solution is to represent it in the tabular format if the question permits you. All types of problems you may not be able to represent it in the tabular format, but if the question permits you, if you represent in a tabular format, it looks very decent. Also, there is no need to write the statements more. Here MP Less means you have subtracted. It is clear that you have subtracted it. Less means you have subtracted. After subtracting, you got the selling price, and with the selling price, to selling price you have added the tax at 8%. Then you got the final price. You can go for modeling, and after modeling you can calculate this way. Modeling helps us to understand the problem, solve the problem very easily. Remember, modeling helps us to understand the problem and solve it very easily. But in case you don't have any difficulty in understanding the problem, if you have understood the problem without even model also, then it is better you can go for the tabular presentation. Otherwise, this modeling method you can follow also. So it depends upon your capacity, it depends upon your liking, whether you like modeling method. If you like modeling method, go for this. If you like this tabular method, go for this. So whatever you feel comfortable with, you go for that method. So what I want to say is that this method, it looks decent. This is a decent solution. In the examination, when you present your solution, the examiner will be happy to see if you have given it in the tabular format. Otherwise, you will get full mark for that method also, for this method also. Even if you don't follow any of these methods, you will write, given the mark price is this much, discount equal to this much. So in the statement form also, if you write answers, full marks will come. So it depends upon your choice. I follow the method which children find easier, which children find easier usually. Through my experience, children say, sir, this looks nice. Okay, you follow this. Some children say, sir, this is very easy to understand. Okay, you follow that. So what is comfortable for you, you do that, children. So I'll move to question number 2 now. So this entire exercise is based on discounts concept, overheads concept. So almost in all the problems we may get either a discount or overheads, or you may get both also. So we will move to question number 2. Question number 2. This question had come in the examination in the year 2001, I say 2001. So you see, some children will be wondering, this chapter is says goods and services tax, but why we are learning sales tax now? See children, our past topic was computation of tax. Computation of tax. We have to learn how to compute the tax on different prices. When different kinds of prices are given, different information are given to us, how to compute the tax. So these are the simple basic skill. So tax computation skill you need to develop. After that you think about bigger problems which are based on GST, CGST, SGST, UGST. So all that kind of UTGST, all that kind of problems, it needs some more understanding. So that is why I am taking step by step. So even if whether these problems will come or not in the examination, you need not worry about that. But this computation skill will help you to do better in CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST, all kinds of GST computation. So question number 2, you see, catalog price of a color TV, that is again children mark price, each 2,400 rupees. The shopkeeper gives a discount of 8% on the list price. See here, catalog price, list price, both are same. He gives a further off-season discount of 5% on the balance, but sales tax at 10% charged on the remaining. Find the sales tax the customer has to pay and the final price he has to pay for the color TV. So I have already told you the modeling, the question, and then also I have told you the tabular representation. I am representing the solution in a tabular form now, and let us see how it will go. I will draw the table here, children. I will draw the table here, and I will write here particulars. I will write particulars. I will write here particulars, and then here I will be writing amounts. I will write amounts. Amounts. So here I am not drawing the last bottom line because we do not know how far it will go. So I will write here first MP. I will write here MP. Mark price, how much it is given, children? You see, mark price is 2,400. So here I will write 2,400. Even if you don't write rupee symbol here, all right. You can write amount in RS, amount in that rupee symbol, amount in rupee symbol. You can write here. I am writing amount in rupee, so that no need to write rupee always. Otherwise it will trouble you. Amount in bracket I wrote here in that rupee symbol. So no need to write the rupee and rupee always. MP is 2,400 mark price. And then what happened, children? The shopkeeper gives a discount of 8%. So I will write here less discount at how much, children? You see, discount at 8%. Discount at 8%. And here I will write for the information of the examiner, 8% is to be applied on 8% of 2400. So where you will do this calculation, children? For this calculation, whatever space will be there in the right hand side, either you write rob, work, or you can also write that is the steps of their working. You can write their working space for rob or rob space. You can write whatever term you use here. Then you can write working notes. Either write rob space for rob, or write rob work, or in a better language if you write working notes. That means all your calculations, step of calculation, everything here it will come. For this solution, all the working notes will be here. Working notes, remember that is a better term than raw. Working note is a better term than raw. So you can write here working note instead of that. Working note you can write here, and all your calculation can be there, so that it is easy to help. So here I can calculate because I am holding calculator. Remember, this is not allowed for you in the exam or even in the class also. I am doing that to finish the work faster. That's all. So here 192 rupees. 192 rupees I got, children. 192. So I can write here balance. After giving discount, here balance I am writing. I am not writing here selling price or SP. Remember, this is not the selling price selling price. Why sir? This is not the selling price. Are you changing the name from question to question? I am not changing, children. Here there was only single discount, but this question says there is another discount. There is another discount here. That is the reason, children, I did not write here selling price and I wrote balance. I wrote balance. Balance is 2208. Now question you can read here. He gives a further off-season discount of 5%. Remember, you cannot do 8 plus 5, 13% in one step. You cannot do 8% plus 5%, that is 13% in the single step. You don't calculate. The second discount or any other successive discounts will be calculated on the balance, not on the original. That is why I wrote here 2208, that is balance, and again I will write here less, and again I will do here discount, off-season discount, off-season discount, off-season discount, off-season discount at 5%, at 5%, and I will write here 5% of 2208, 2208. So 2208 into 5%, that is 110.4, 110.40, 110.40, and then what happens, children? We will get the selling price. We will get the selling price. So here I can write selling price. Selling price. This is 2208 minus 110.4, that is 2097, 2097.60, 2097.60. So here what to do now? We have to calculate now. We have to calculate now tax. Add tax at how much percent, children? Tax at 10%. Tax at 10%. And here I will write in the bracket 10% of 2097.60, 2097.60 into 10%, that is 209.76, 209.76. This is added, so it is add, it is given, and here what I will get, that is only called the final price. That is only called the final price. Now our answer is going to come, and here I will write final price. Final price. Final price I will get by adding this both plus 2097.6, and answer is 2307.36. So we got all the answers. In the tabular format we presented our solution. Now I will write first bit answer. After this, just write it. Sales tax, the customer will pay. Sales tax. Sales tax equals, from the table you just see and write. Sales tax how much, children? 209.76. 209.76. And second bit answer is asking. Second bit answer, final price. Final price. Final price equal to from the table 2307.60 2307.36. 2307.36. So question number 2 solution is also ready. That is in the tabular format. Now we will move to question number 3. Question number 3. The catalog price of an article is 20,000 and the dealer allows two successive discounts, 15% and 10%. He further allows an off-season discount of 10% on the balance. Find the sales tax. Find the final price. Question number 3. I hope all can do now by following the method as discussed in question number 2. So question number 3 is homework for you children. Question number 3 is homework for you. You will be able to do it. Question number 4. The price of a cell phone inclusive of 15% discount and sales tax at 12% each 15,993.60. Find the printed price of the cell phone. Find the printed price of the cell phone. So here also, of course, we can do it by tabular method. In the tabular form we can represent it, but I will suggest, because this is a reverse problem. See here, find the printed price. Final price is given and printed price reverse problem is given. We may need here equations. Equations are needed especially in the reverse problem. But in the straightforward problem, we don't require any equation. So here, because it is a reverse problem, you may need equation. You can tackle it by tabular method also, but I suggest draw the model, get the equation, solve the problems, and your solution will be very easy. So I will do here question number 4. And I will tell you, do it in the modeling method. The price of a cell phone inclusive of discount and sales tax. So here I will write MP, and from the MP discount will be subtracted. Discount at what percent, children? Discount at, read the question, 15% discount at 15%, and that will give the selling price. And then on the selling price we have to add the tax. And tax at what percent, children? We will see the question. Tax at 12%. And that will give us the final price. This is the final price. So this is a reverse problem. We have to go backward. See here, the price inclusive of discount and tax, everything, that is 15,993. Here it is given 15,993.60. 15,993.60, and here tax is added at 12%. On SP, we don't know SP here. You can take X. If you want, you can take X. In the model, you can mark it as X, and then X plus this will be 12X divided by 100. This is 12%. So X plus 12% of X equal to 15993.60. First this, because it is reverse, we have to start from here and then we have to go here. Because now you see this SP will flow here, because we are going backward now, children. In that model, I had drawn one arrow from this SP to this SP because MB was given. Now final price is given, means we are going backward. So this SP will flow up and it will not, there is no flow down here, it will flow up now. So I have to calculate here this X, whether you say X or you can say SP. Even if I don't use the term X also, I can do my work. SP plus 12% of SP. Even if I don't use X, here, I can do here directly. See children, directly SP plus 12% of SP. Why do I need one variable? I have already a variable SP, so there is no need, being not essential that you have to use X 15993.60. That implies SP plus 12 SP by 100 equals 15993.60. That implies 100 into SP, 100 SP, 100 plus 12, 112 SP, or can write into SP by 100 equals 15993.60. That implies SP equals 15993.60 into 100 divided by 112. So we can get the SP here, children. 15993.6 into 100 divided by 112, and our answer is 14280. And here I can write that 14280. This is 14280. We got the SP here, and this SP will flow here. I had told you 14280. And now with the help of this one, we can find, children, we can find MP again. I am not going to use any variable X and Y. I can write here MP minus 15% of MP equals how much, children? 14280. That implies MP minus 15 into MP by 100 equals 14280. That implies 100 into MP, 100 MP, 100 minus 15, 85 into MP by 100 equals 14280. Then I will move to the other side. So that it is comfortable to write. So here we can write, children, that MP equal to that implies MP equals 14280 into 100 divided by 85 into 100 divided by 85, and that will give 16,800 rupees. 16,800 rupees mark price. Now we will see what the question is asking. Find the printed price of the cell phone. So printed price already we got. This is 16,800. 16,800. So our answer you write here. Printed price equal to printed price equal to 16,800 rupees. Printed price. So question number 4 is over. We shall move to question number 5. The price of a certain camera inclusive of two successive discounts of 20% and 15% and sales tax at 12% is 9139 minus 20. Find the printed price of the camera. Find the printed price of the camera. Okay. This is also a reverse problem. This is also a reverse problem because printed price is given and it is asking us to find the final price is given and it is asking to find the printed price. So I suggest do it in the modeling method. So I can do here first printed price, that is mark price, minus I will tell here discount at what percent, children? Discount is given at 20%. Discount at 20%. And after subtracting discount at 20%, what will come? That is not the selling price. Remember, that is the balance. That is the balance. We are not using the term SP here. Then on the balance, again we have to apply the discount here. Again we have to apply the discount, and this discount at what percent, children? Discount at what percent? Discount is at now 15%. Discount at 15%. After subtracting this second discount, whatever will come, that is only called SP. And on that SP, what we have to do? On that SP, we have to calculate the sales tax at 12%. So sales tax is to be added. So here I will write tax at 12%, and that will give us the final price. This is the model. So this is the model. So the model is ready here. The model is ready. Final price is given 9139.20. 9139.20. So we have to find here mark price, printed price. See, this information is given and it is asking us to find this information, children. So we have to work now backward. And this kind of problems are called reverse problems. These kind of problems are called reverse problems. So in reverse problem, it is always good to draw the model. Understand the problem, and then go on solving. So surely we can find here SP. SP plus 12%. 12% of SP. SP plus 12% of SP equal to 9139.20. SP plus 12 SP by 100 equals 9139.20. 112 SP by 100 equals 9139.20. Then SP equals 9139.20 into 100 divided by 112, and this will give us the SP 9139.2 into 100 divided by 112. that is 8160. That is 8160. So we can write here children 8160. And now this SP will flow here. This SP will flow here. See, this is how we are going to solve. And that SP is 8160. This is 8160. And once you get this 8160, that will give you the balance. This will give you the balance. So here, sorry, I wrote this one. I need to write other side. SP equal to 9139.20. Then 12 into SP 9139.20. So here what we can do now, instead of writing balance, you can put one variable there. You can put one variable. Here this is 15%. So here balance minus discount percent of balance, because this 15% is to be calculated on balance. So here 100% minus 15%, that is 85% of the balance is 8160. So here you can use some variable and you can write here balance. We have taken as x. Then we can do here x minus 15%, because balance is a long word. I didn't want to put here. That is why I have used here x. That is the only reason. There is no other reason. 8160. And here x minus 15x by 100 equals 8160. 85x by 100 equals 8160. X equals how much, children? 8160 into 100 by 85. 8160 into 100 divided by 85. Answer is 9600. So we got here, children, our this value 9600. And this 9600 will again flow here. This 9600 will again flow here. You see, 9600 will flow here. Then what will happen? Here write 9600. Right here 9600. Then MP minus 20% of MP equal to 9600. We can write here MP minus 20% of MP. 20% of MP equals 9600. So here I can directly write it is going to be 80 into MP by 100, because 100 minus 20 is 80. So it is going to be like this. So 9600. So MP will be how much, children? MP equal to 9600 into 100 divided by 80. So 9600 into 100 divided by 80. Answer is 12,000. So answer is 12,000. So our printed price is rupees 12,000. So we got the answer 12,000 rupees. So without any difficulty in the statements, we drew the model, and like a flow chart, that you use in the computer programming algorithm, you draw some flow chart. That first I have to do this. Then from here I have to do that. So first you need a flow chart, and after the flow chart you need to convert it into codes. You need to convert it into codes by using the programming language. So what is the purpose of a flow chart before you write a program in the by using computer language? That is to understand the problem. That is to understand the flow of control. That is to understand the flow of control. How the control will flow. First it will do which work, then it will do which work. A sequence of work it has to do in a logical order. It has to do a sequence of tasks in a logical order. And this is also, mathematics is also this same. This is also some logical work. So here also I have to start here, then this value will flow there, then I will get here, this value will flow there, then ultimately I will get here. So this is also giving you some direction of flow, in which way you should flow. Your calculation, your step of working should flow in this manner. Then you will get the answer ultimately here. So this modeling method, it helps the children a lot. Even very difficult problem also you can do very easily if you follow the modeling technique. If you follow the modeling technique. So we'll move to question number now. Question number 6. Our 5 number is over. I will rub here. So question number 6, let us read children. Question number 6. If trader buys an article for rupees 4,400 and spends rupees 600 on transportation of the article, he sells the article to a customer at a profit of 16%. Calculate the amount of money he receives from the customer if the customer pays sales tax at 9%. So see here, it is top down approach, top to bottom approach, or bottom to top approach. Means what is given? If MP is given, see children, if MP is given and it is asking final price. It is asking the final price. Then what to do? This is top-down approach, straightforward. Go for the tabular representation method. This works very well. If this information is given and final price is asking, go for the tabular method also. But if the final price is given, this is given and it is asking us to find the mark price. Of course, we can do it in the tabular method also, but you need to think well in tabular method. So this kind of problems we do by modeling method. Reverse problem by modeling technique, and straightforward method even in the tabular representation also it will work well. So think these two things. So if final price is asking, you can go for the tabular method. Of course, you can also go for the modeling method. Modeling method works for all kinds of problems. Remember that. Of course, your solution will be little longer, but it will work with all kinds of problems. So here I can tell you, I can do it in both the methods. Whichever method you want, you can follow that. So question number 6. Question number 6. Question number 6. So I will follow the modeling method first for question number 6. Question number 6. Question number 6, you see. A man buys an article for 4,400. Buys an article. A man buys an article. So buys an article. This is purchase price. Remember children, purchase price is not the same as cost price. Of course, sometimes the purchase price and cost price same, but always it is not same. So I wrote here purchase price. Buys an article for rupees 4,400 and spends rupees 600 on the transportation of the article. So plus transportation cost is added here. I will write here children overheads. Purchase price plus overheads equals cost price. Remember, I had told you the meaning of cost price for a manufacturer, meaning of cost price for a trader, and meaning of cost price for a service provider. All the three definitions I had given to you separately for this reason. So here purchase price is how much children? Purchase price is 4,400 and overheads expenditure is rupees 600 and surely cost price will be rupees 5,000. Then what happens children? He sells the article to a customer at a profit of 16%. Now CP. Now this is CP and plus profit. CP plus profit will give SP. CP plus profit will give now SP. CP plus profit will give SP. And CP how much children? CP is here 5,000 and SP how much? Profit at 16%. Profit at 16%. So here 16% of 5,000. So whatever answer will come, we can calculate. 16 5s are 80. 16,500 into 5,000. So 2 zeros cancelled. 16 5s are 80 and 800 rupees. So here that is the profit. And now selling, sorry, this is not 800, this will be 800. We got here 800 and here I got 5,000 plus 800, 5,800 rupees is the selling price. And then on the selling price tax is calculated at 9%. So here selling price and here plus tax at how much? Tax at 9%, and that will give us the final price. So here you see children, this CP has load here. This is top down approach, and this SP has come here. And then when we apply this 5,800 plus 9% tax, when we calculate, our final price will come. So here there is nothing much to do. Directly follow the model. Already I have written everything in the model, but then also like a solution I am writing. Purchase price equal to 4,400. Then CP equal to purchase price plus overheads, that is 4,400 plus 600, that is rupees 5,000. Then you can do here SP equal to CP plus profit. CP plus profit. CP is 5,000 plus 16% of 5,000. That equals 5,800. Then tax equal to 9% of 5,800. 9% of 5,800 will be the tax. So 5,800 into 9%. Answer is 522. 522. Then you can write here final price. That is, its name is actually invoice price. Invoice price. Final price equal to 5,800 plus 522. Answer is 6322. Answer is 6322. So this is your modeling method. You can also go for the tabular method. Very easy. Tabular method. Even if it is easy, I am writing once again for you. In the tabular method, so whichever method is easier for you, you can do that. You can do that. Whichever method you find convenient. Here you can write again particulars. Particulars. And then here you can write amount in rupee, and then we can write here purchase price. Purchase price is how much? 4,400. Then can write here add overheads. Add overheads 600. Then here whatever we got, we can give the name here cost price, rupees 5,000. Then here you write add profit at 16%, and in bracket I write 16% of 5,000. That is 800 rupees. And whatever we got here, we will use the name SP. SP is 5,800. Then again, I will use the term here. Add tax at 9%. And in bracket I will write 9% of 5,800. And our result is 522. And here whatever we got, that is the final price. So we can write here final price. Final price is 6,322. So this is the final price. And question is asking also find the final price. So if you do it in the tabular method also, it will be okay. Or if you draw the model and then write the solution, that is also okay. Whichever method you are doing, do any one method. No need to do in both the methods. So next we will be moving to question number 7. Question number 7, you read children. Question number 7. Question number 7 says, a trader buys an article for rupees 3,800 and spends rupees 700 on the transportation of the article. He marks the article at a certain price. and then sells it to customer for rupees 5734.80, including sales tax at 8%. Find his profit percent. Find his profit percent. So this is not a top-down question. There is something unknown in the middle. During the calculation process, in between some profit percentage, one variable, one inner variable is there. One data in the middle that is missing. If the final result is a variable unknown, then we say top-down approach. We can do in the tabular method or in modeling method. Here there is one unknown quantity in between, so we have to do it in the modeling method. Question number 7. Question number 7. Just think the flow of control, as I told you, how the solution will flow, how the story will flow. This is nothing but a story. So what is the story saying? A trader buys an article for 3800. Okay, buys. So buys means what we will do in the story, children? In the solution story, he will write purchase price, sir. This is purchase price, sir. Yes, children. This is purchase price. 3800 purchased. Purchase price. Then spend 700 on the transportation plus transportation. Transportation, what is this called, children? Overheads. Overheads, that is rupees 700. And when we add this to what we get, do you know, sir? Do you know what name is used for this result? No, children. You tell me. I will write the name here. Yes, I heard somebody saying that this is called cost price. Correct. This is called cost price. Purchase price plus overheads will give the cost price, and that is 4,500 rupees. So after buying some article, what the trader did, he marked the article at a certain price. He marked the article at a certain price. At what price? After cost price. Mark price will not come, children. After cost price, what the shopkeeper does? The shopkeeper does this thing. Cost price was 4,500 and something he has to add. Something he has to add here. He has to add something. Profit. He has to add the profit. And profit at what percent? Profit at what percent? That is not given. We have to calculate that. And profit. And when you add these two, this will give us the mark price or selling price. Remember, children, if there is no discount, then mark price and selling price, both the things are same. So if there is no discount, then CP plus profit equal to SP. But if there is discount, then CP plus again profit, that you have to write their mark price, and from the mark price again you have to subtract the discount. But our story says he marks the article at a certain price and then sells it, including sales tax. So there is no discount here.